Hey hunties, welcome to my channel again. Thank you so much for subscribing, liking, commenting on my past videos. I'm going to try and do a weekly video, she says, hopefully. But yeah, this is a look that I created today. I've done it in two parts. One will be my base, so my foundation, skin prep, primers, that kind of thing. And then the second video, it was my eyes and lips. So I didn't touch my skin at all. I did my brows, eyes, lashes and lips. And yeah, so there's two parts so that it's not as long and so that you can, it's bite-sized chunks basically. So without further ado, carry on watching and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, so let's get started. So what I'm going to use first will be a bit of skincare, and as I said, this is going to be in two parts. So I'm going to do my skin. I wouldn't naturally do this. I would do my eyes first and then I would do my base, concealer, contour, whatever. So I'm going to do my base first, and then I'll go into my eyes in my second video. So it will kind of be, it will kind of lead into each other, but it's not actually how I would do my makeup. So yeah, I just thought I'd break it down so it's a bit simpler for you guys. So the product that I always use just to start off my skin and just to prep my skin before I've even put anything on. I have put stuff on today in all fairness, but regardless if I put anything on in the morning, I will always do this before I do makeup. If it's for Instagram, if it's in general in life, I will always do this. So yeah, pop a bit of hydrating mist. This is the MAC Gold Light, so there is a bit of pigment in it. So you can kind of see how it's like marbleizing kind of thing. So this will just add a bit of hydration and glow all at the same time. So I'll pop this on. So it is supposed to be a mist. So you don't want to be dousing your skin. Your skin shouldn't look like dripping wet. It should only be a hydration. Hence the reason why I held it so far away as well. So yeah, straight away added that hydration into my skin. Then I always, again, this is what I do normally day to day and for my Instagram posts and whatever, advanced night repair. So it's got hyaluronic acid in it, basically really good water for the skin, and it also just basically helps to hold on to any kind of moisturizer, primer, that kind of thing that you then put on top. Long term, it really helps with minimizing the pores, again just keeping that hydration going long term, and like having a little bit of firmness to the skin as well. So I always put this on just because I want my skin to look healthy. So then the next product I put on is my other trusted favourite product, which I absolutely live and love. This is the Revitalizing Supreme by Estee Lauder. This really helps to hydrate. Again, it is an anti-aging cream as well. So it really helps to plump the skin up. This actually doubles up as a primer as well. Because it's so balmy-like. It really helps to minimise the pores. It acts as that kind of tacky layer to help foundation kind of sit really nicely. Yeah, I could go on and on about this cream. I won't in this video, but because I'm not talking majorly about skin. But if you don't know, get to know. Revitalizing Supreme is probably the best cream I've ever tried in my life so far, and I love it. I love the way my skin feels. I love the glowiness to my skin. I love the fact that it just instantly makes me look healthier. Another product that I use day and night is the Advanced Night Repair Eye Cream. I have been neglecting this at the moment recently, just because of laziness, but it really does make a difference to the eyes. I like to put it on before I do makeup because it helps my concealer just to kind of sit it's got it's got the same hyaluronic acid in that Advanced Night Repair has in it, so it's all about kind of water and hydration for the under eyes, and it definitely has like a balmy feel to it, that again just kind of plumps those lines and fine lines and dehydrated eyes up. So again, I put that on before I even do anything. This is all the prep I do before I even start eyeshadow, just so it's got a chance to kind of sit into the skin and yeah, to work its magic. One other product that I also put on, again just to let it sink into the skin, help your skin to kind of bounce up, minimise the pores as much as possible, is a primer. And at the moment I'm using the Milk hydrating, well, it's Hydro Grip Primer. Saw lots of Instagrammers, YouTubers talking about this, and it is really good. It's really, really nice, really hydrates the skin. My golden favourite though will always be the MAC Natural Radiance. I like the fact that it's got a bit of a yellow tone to it. It does come in pink as well. Yeah, there is a bit of shimmer as well to it, so it kind of gives your skin that healthy glow again. It's all about the glowiness, so it kind of like sits well with this, with the gold light, again just making the skin really healthy. There's loads of other primers I can see sitting in front of me. Again, I use some of them for all different things. Excuse this, I've tried the Estee Lauder, the Smoother. This one's really nice for smoothing out your pores. I also have the Smashbox. That one's really good for minimising pores. The only thing with this, if you use too much, it will roll really badly actually. It's really nice, but in small doses. And another one that I have that recently got given to me was the Futurist, again another Estee Lauder product. This one is a Futurist Aqua Brilliant, so it's a watery glowy primer. They all do different things. It's always worth trying. I'm all about minimising my pores, so I might use this in the areas that I need to, or the Smoother. Either way, those two are going to be your pore minimisers. And then the other ones are kind of just hydrating ones. This one though, the Natural Radiance, is an all-rounder. It helps to minimise pores, gives you that healthy glow all at the same time, and is really good for oily skin. So this one I use as an all-rounder for most people, especially when I'm freelancing. So no right or wrong. Do your research, see what you like, see what isn't going to break the bank, that kind of thing. And yeah, just try it. But always use a primer. Reason being, they will help to minimise any kind of like blemishes if you're acne prone, or just in general like me, your skin doesn't like you most days. Always use a primer because it acts as a barrier, so it stops your makeup from going too deep into your skin layers. So when people ask what's the difference of a moisturiser and a primer acts like literally a barrier on top of your skin layers. So I'm going to use the Hydro Grip, and I'm just going to leave all of this to sink on my skin. The Revitalising Supreme Cream that I've already put on has done a lot of the work. I can already feel my skin feels a lot plumper and balmier, and just, yeah, it's got a really nice feel to it already. So in regards of texture, I'm quite happy how my skin feels. Okay, so my skin care has been on now for about 10 minutes. I wouldn't normally leave it this long, as in I wouldn't wait without having done anything. But obviously I would have done my skin prep and then I would have done my eyes by now. So then when it comes to the skin, all the skincare is sunk in and worked its magic. So yeah, that, I mean, probably longer than 10 minutes, because if I'm doing my eyes, it could be 20 minutes, 15, an hour. So yeah, so just let it sink in whilst you're doing the rest of your face. So now I'm going to go in with my favourite ever foundation. And my favourite foundation is Estee Lauder. Double Wear I absolutely love. it's such a good foundation. I don't know what I used before. Well, I used MAC. But yeah, Double Wear is such a good foundation in regards to the coverage, colours, longevity. That's the one thing that I love about it, is how long it lasts, but also the fact that it doesn't transfer. Minimal transferring, shall I say. I hate the fact that you can hug someone and then you leave a massive orange contoured face on them. It's just not a vibe for me. If I'm doing it here, like at home or whatever, and I'm doing it for a look, then fine. But I think long term and going out day to day, Double Wear all day, every day. So I'm using the shade Amber Honey. So I'm going to do 2 pumps of Amber Honey straight into my brush. The brush I'm using is the PC25 by Peaches and Cream. As you can see, it's a really nice fluffy brush. I do have a bit of foundation on there, but I think it's more powder actually. So I'm just going to squirt that straight into the top. So that's how much 2 pumps gets you. Sometimes I only do 1, but because I'm going for like a full-on flawless look, I'm going to use 2 pumps. So Amber Honey is just a bit warmer than I am. It's definitely got more of a reddy tone. But I kind of like that. That's what I feel complements my skin at the moment. Using a foundation that's yellow almost makes me look unwell. So I'll go back in with a yellowy tone, but just through the centre in a concealer instead of the foundation itself. I'm just stippling this straight into the skin, so not like working it in. It should just be almost pushing it. You want to push it into the skin. Because the more you swish around, the only bit I am swishing around is like my brows, where I'm definitely more yellowy toned through my brows. I'm just making sure that the skin isn't like a contrast. So yeah, just kind of fluffing that through my brows. But I don't want to obviously cover my brows with foundation. Right, for concealer, I absolutely live for this concealer, Too Faced Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer. The coverage on this is insane. It's so good. You get so much in it. How much is in there? 15 mils. And most concealers, I'm pretty sure you only get like 7. Oh, this one's got 10. So I use this in Warm Sand. This is definitely, it's upside down, this is definitely brighter than my skin tone. My perfect kind of concealer that doesn't look too like highlighted is Maple. And if it wants to focus, I don't know. Maybe it's just dirty. And then I'm going to be using a little bit of the Tarte Medium Shape Tape Concealer as well. I'm going to use a little bit of that. So yeah, I'll show you what I do. So with the Warm Sand, I just basically do upside down L, sideways V, however you want to look at it. And I use this literally under my eyes and to brighten that area of my face up, and then I'll go in with the Tarte tape in a minute, and then literally I'll just go in with a beauty blender. This is the Tarte beauty blender, I believe. I could be lying. And I always kind of work it up to give my face, like to lift my under eyes up. And this concealer blends really well. There's not much effort needed. And again, the other side. While I'm doing that, actually, I'm just going to put a little bit of the Tarte to just sit on the skin. I am going to just use a brush just to push that slightly. So another thing I like to do when I'm doing my concealer is to look up, and this just helps to prevent any kind of creasing and just to make sure the product is all up in there. So obviously it looks quite extreme, but it will all come together and make sense. The other area I'm going to highlight as well is my forehead. This is the wrong colour. Just up here. I also do like to do around my lip just because I do have a dark area there, and just a little bit on the chin. Again, it doesn't matter if you go over your brows with this, because we still need to put our brows on. And that is basically what I would do for concealing my face. Obviously none of it makes sense right now, but the next stage is going to kind of bring it together, and then the next stage kind of finishes it all off. Right, so I don't normally do this always. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But I just thought if we're going to go for a skin or base video, I'll do it. So basically I'm going to contour. The shade I'm using is Espresso Fenty. I normally use Truffle, but I thought I'd go a bit more deeper. And that's all I really do. So I'm going to start on the forehead. And the brush I'm using is a Kiko 05 brush. And this, I'm literally basically brushing into my hairline. Pushing that away. Whilst keeping that nice highlighted section. So it kind of looks like how my forehead looked in the beginning, but just a bit more perfected. And then same again contour. This is the reason why I don't usually use this colour, is because it looks a bit warm instead of cool tone, but obviously I don't want to make myself look ashy, so we move. Just bring it through the hairline. So we've done cream concealer, cream contour, so all the creams are done all at the same time. You don't want to start powdering and then putting a cream contour on and cream blushes on top of powders. They just won't be your friend. The textures just won't work, so make sure you get all your creams down before you go and powder. Jawline. So already that's added some dimension, as you can see. I just look very shiny in the centre. So now I'm going to go on to setting powder. So I'm going to be using the Honey in the Fenty Pro Filter. So I'm going to be using the same brush. Oh, the brush I was using for the concealer is called the 142 Concealer Brush, Zoeva again. I have no idea where I've got all these Zoeva brushes from, because I don't ever remember purchasing them. But, okay. So yeah, it's called a concealer buffer. So I'm going to basically be popping this on. and already you can see that's like just definitely pushed back that shine, and just kind of added that blur. I really feel this powder blurs the skin, and that's what I love about it. The under eyes just looks so nice and blurred out. So I'm also gonna do the my forehead in the same way. So using a powder, especially a setting powder, will really help to push back any kind of texture in the skin. So as you can see, I've got my little problematic area on my forehead, but using a powder kind of pushes back texture. So I'm going over the areas where I use the concealer, but then also just over those textured areas. The one on my nose is not covered that well, so I'm going to go back in with a bit of the darker concealer that I said, Maple, just to get myself a bit more coverage, and then I'll do the same thing and powder that down. And I'll do it above my lip as well, and then just a little bit on my chin area with the setting powder as well, and then I'll come back. So that's a bit more coverage on my nose, just a bit of the setting powder around my upper lip and chin, and already it looks really nice and flawless. And this is what I normally do. This is my, I think it's the powder, I really do. I feel it's the Fenty powder that kind of sets it and filters it, as the name says. So the next little bit I like to do is just use a bronzer. For day-to-day use, I normally use Caramel Cutie, Fenty again, but because I've gone in with that espresso contour, I'm going to go in with Cocoa Naughty. It's slightly darker in colour, so yeah, this will complement the look a bit more and kind of amp it up. So we're going to bronze the forehead. So with bronzer you always get, you place, oh god, it's breaking. I'm hitting pan already on this one, and it's cracking everywhere. With a bronzer you want to basically mimic where you would naturally get hit by the sun. So your forehead is one of the main areas. You see people put like blusher or bronzer on their nose because, again, the sun's coming down. It will hit your forehead, your nose, your lips. I know my upper lips definitely get darker. This high pains of your face. So yeah, basically you're mimicking where you would naturally get hit by the sun when you're using bronzer. This is going absolutely everywhere. I think I need a new one. So kind of going on top of that contour. Just basically adding dimension to the face, and then on the top of the jawline. So again, you would get hit kind of here, and here, here, and forehead, and the nose, as I said, and above the lip as well. I don't personally put bronzer above my lip, but it kind of all adds to that effect, that sun-kissed glow. And that's literally kind of what I do. The only other thing I'm going to do on my skin will be a blusher. And my current favourite blusher is the Saharan Blush Volume 1 by Juvia's Place. And I'm loving the colour Toby at the moment. So it's clearly a bright orange, but it just makes black skin pop. It's beautiful. So I kind of just do it on the apples of my cheeks and then work it up. Always go into the top part of my ear. So my blusher kind of sits on top of the bronzer. And then we're aiming for this top part of my ear. Again, up. And I just think that base is done. That is literally what I do for my skin. But I feel the main finish of this is down to the skin prep that we did at the beginning. So yeah, that is my base, and that is what I do for most of my looks. Even if it's a different foundation or concealer, it's the same kind of process. I'd probably always use the Fenty Filter powder. As I said, I think that's the one product that definitely finishes off a look. And the steps in between your contour and highlight and this, that and the other, it just kind of blurs everything together. And then just a blusher, or if you don't want to wear a blusher, it looked fine before. And yeah. So I'm gonna finish this now, and then the second part, which will be eyes, will be in my next video. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks.